Hey everybody. So today I'm going to be discussing and going over the overhead pass, continuing our basketball unit. This is a unique skill set and one that I think is important and useful, especially during transitions. At the end of my video, there is going to be a quick Google form attached with a couple of questions that everybody will have to complete. This will be graded and it will affect your grade if you do not complete it. Okay, so the overhead pass is used in a variety of situations, most notably by taller players protecting the ball from smaller opposition. Also used after a rebound to start a fast break. This type of pass is used a lot after a pick and roll, and it's probably one of the most underrated but most important types of passes because of its effectiveness and power that you can have when performed correctly. Quick note, it's not exclusively for just tall people. There are a number of smaller players that utilize it and probably do it better than the bigger players. So like with any skill, there are a few things you need to make sure that you're doing it correctly. I have a short YouTube clip that's going to show you how to do the overhead pass. So if you just bear with me for 1 second, I can get that for you.
This is how to make an overhead pass. A lot of times an overhead pass is used to make outlet passes where you get the rebound and you're looking to make a long, strong pass where you take the ball over your head and make the pass. A lot of times an overhead pass is also used because you can get more power in the pass because of the ball being over your head and the force. So what George and I will do right now is we'll demonstrate a stationary over the head pass, and then we'll show you how it looks as far as getting a rebound and making an outlet off of the overhead pass. So George will go to one side of the lane, I'll come to the opposite side. So the first thing we want to do is we want to put the ball over our head just the way the term is. And then what we want to do is we want to step into our pass and then make a strong follow through. So you see as I follow through, my palms are going outward and I'm getting a lot of power. So now George will throw the ball back to me and I'll make an overhead pass. So now George will make an overhead pass back to me. And again, everything is power straight, power straight. Now the last thing is what we'll do is George will now go foul line extended. So an overhead pass is primarily used to make a good outlet pass. So in the game of basketball, when the rebound is gathered by, most of the time, the forward, they want to turn and make an outlet pass to the guard. And this is primarily when the overhead pass is used because big players are always taught to keep the ball over their head. So when we turn an outlet, we want to make a strong overhead pass. Again, the main principle is getting power from your upper arms and outletting, and then also making sure that you step through with your leg. So as the ball goes up, I want to step forward with my right foot, power, overhead pass, and follow through. That's how you make an overhead pass.
Okay, so a couple of important points to recap from the video. As you saw, you want to keep the ball high above your head. You also want to be aiming for your teammate's chest or their hands. You want to be aiming for a nice target. You should be stepping forward with your dominant foot. I know he mentioned his right foot a lot, but if you're a lefty, you'd be stepping with your left foot. This will help generate the power and accuracy that you need. And as you follow through, make sure your palms are facing outwards and you're using your fingertips mostly, not your arms, or it's mostly your wrists and then your fingertips. I also have another video that I think you guys might like, just to show you that, you know, it's not just the big men that are utilizing this overhead pass. So, check this one out. This is Ricky Rubio.
Rubio likes to fuse. Yep. But that was impressive. He caught that thing. Rubio searching for options. Over to Williams. He'll load up for three. Rubio back to peck a bit down if you can either. Linus hit 6 of his last 8. Rubio goes baseline, kick it out. Ridnour corner 3. Ricky.
Well, he's getting a workout over here as well.
Yes. Rubio for Williams. Cornerback. Oh.
lob. This was out of a timeout. Mamu went up to overplay.
So, like I said, not just for the big men. Okay, so I hope those videos were helpful and allowed you to visualize the overhead pass a little bit better. During our next class, we will get into groups of 2 with a partner. And for about 5 minutes, we'll get used to doing the overhead pass a little bit. After that, we're going to get straight into a bunch of games. So I'll be looking for you guys to be attempting the overhead pass when appropriate, of course. I'm going to be looking for a couple of those main points that we discussed earlier. And I'll be helping anybody who's struggling a little bit. This is a difficult skill for some, and we're all at different skill levels. So that's just one thing I want to emphasize. I'm also going to be looking for the effort and enthusiasm with this, okay? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me before the next class via email. Like I previously said, there's a Google form that needs to be completed before the next class, so make sure you guys get on that. Just, you know, I need that done so I can understand that you understand what we're doing. So thank you. I hope everybody enjoyed this, and I'll see you next class.